Are you listening?
Welcome to the Nerf Report. Welcome back to the Nerf Report. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. No, I'm filming my show for the YouTube. Stop being salty.
The ghost of Macho Man Randy Savage is here.
And in the history of the Nerf Report, with all of the videos we've ever made, this one is definitely going to be our jump the shark moment. Welcome back to the Nerf Report. My name is Bryant. Today is Friday. We're doing things a little bit differently. Number one, air conditioning is on. It is hot as hell in Texas right now, so in order to kind of keep things rolling, I gotta turn that on. So there's a noise in the background. Don't blame me. Blame global warming. Number two is we're trying out something brand new. I wanted to do a show, occasionally there's stories that happen throughout the week where we don't have time to talk about them. And I thought, hey, let's make a show where we just talk about those small stories and kind of get those off of our, mind. Let's dive into those topics. So the Nerf Report presents stories you may have missed. That's what we're going with. All right. All right, first up, we got a big story. Ubisoft dropped a release date for Roller Champions. And if you haven't seen this game yet, it looks super cool. It's basically like the old school Mayan sport where they had a ball and the hoop was kind of sideways and they had to dunk it in there in order to get points. But they basically took that concept and put roller skates on it. So you're skating across the rink, you're tossing a basketball to another player, and then you got to make a lap, and every lap you make, you get a point, and then you got to get the ball through the actual ring, and you get a point there too. I'm really interested in this game. There's nothing on the market like it. It looks like it's going to be fun to play. Now, Ubisoft did confirm that Roller Champions will be launching on May 25th for PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. And I found this out later, but I guess they also said Stadia, Luna, and Nintendo will be coming at a later date. Now, we don't have the actual dates for those, but good news, it's still coming to cloud gaming platforms. And Nintendo fans, you just gotta hope that you're not getting a cloud version as well, and maybe it'll be a native version, but only time will tell. All right, next up, Death Stranding fans, we got some good news. Death Stranding 2 seems like it's actively in development. According to an interview with the star of Death Stranding, Norman Reedus, can we really say that Norman Reedus is the star of Death Stranding? I feel like Hideo Kojima is the star of Death Stranding, and then everybody else is just principal actors. Either way, Norman Reedus was interviewed by LeoEdit.com and was asked, okay, so you got the book going on, you've got the final season of The Walking Dead coming out, then you've got the spin-off, and you're filming Death Stranding, the video game. And Norman responds to that saying, we just started the second one. Really cool news. Death Stranding 1, fantastic game. If you haven't played it, definitely worth checking out either on PC or on PlayStation. But I'm interested to see where they take that story, because the way Death Stranding kind of ended, I was like, hey man, this is good. I don't really need to dive back into this again. I felt like there was closure, but Death Stranding 2, hey, more of it, let's bring it on. All right, next story. This is one that I wanted to make an entire video dedicated to it, but I figured YouTube algorithm would just completely destroy it. Dead by Daylight announced a dating simulator that will be coming to Steam this summer. Really random, but kind of cool. Essentially, this game allows you to try to date the Dead by Daylight characters. You've got the Trapper, the Huntress, the Wraith, and the Spirit. And I've only played one dating sim in my entire life, but I've got to say, man, the two women in this game are ridiculously hot. The killers in the main Dead by Daylight game are nowhere near this hot. And for some reason, I think they just did it up and just made them irresistible. So in honor of the brand new Dead by Daylight dating simulator, we decided to do a fuck, marry, kill for the killers. And there's 4 of them, so we're going to do fuck, marry, kill, and survive. So first up, we are going to survive the Trapper. I thought about marrying the Trapper because maybe they'd be good at trapping meat. And I could hey, we're eating deer tonight, or we're eating bunny. There'll be a constant supply of food, but we're going to survive the Trapper. We're going to kill the Wraith. I absolutely hate the Wraith on Dead by Daylight, so we're going to knock that one right out. Marry and fuck. Now, these are 2 tough ones. So this is going to be controversial amongst our audience, but I'm going to marry the Spirit because, yeah, that just looks like wife material, which means we are going to fuck the Huntress. All right. Never thought I'd say those words on this show, but let me know your fuck, marry, kill, survive in the comment section down below. Do you agree with us? I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Next up, we have a story that I think is going to be pretty interesting, and a lot of the cloud gamers are going to get a kick out of this. It's kind of controversial. Tim Sweeney, the owner of Epic Games, kind of broke his silence on Google Stadia this week. And, it kind of started where a couple members of the Stadia community were chirping at Fall Guys, basically saying like, man, we'd love to see this come to the platform and it would be great on Stadia. And then, somebody said, oh, it will never come, they're greedy unless Google's throwing money. We'll never see it there. And surprisingly, Tim Sweeney responded to it. FYI, we give the PC game streaming services like GeForce Now and Shadow permission to stream Fortnite, etc., and don't seek a fee from them. Stadia could do the same if they ran the Windows version, but currently it's Linux plus proprietary Google APIs. Someone replied to Tim Sweeney saying, why not just port it? I see Red Kite Games handled the ports and they have experience with Stadia. Tim Sweeney responded back, Fortnite is updated every week or two with new code and content, and the new version must be released on every platform simultaneously in order for cross-platform play to work. So it can't just be handed off to an external company to fire and forget. Which is interesting because that's always what we've assumed with Fortnite, is like, because it is constantly being updated, and that's just Epic's MO, right? You got Rocket League, you got Fall Guys, and you got Fortnite. These games are constantly evolving and changing on a daily basis. So to add Stadia, which has maybe a smaller player base, it doesn't have the payoff for Epic at this point. I will say though, I think that Google should take the opportunity and reach out to Tim Sweeney and say, hey, we'll handle it. We'll hire internal developers that all they will do is work on Fortnite and make sure it's ready to go. We did that when I was in IT sales. I was part of a team called the HP Alliance, where HP paid this distributor for my job, and all I did was sell HP computers at them. So, Google could do something similar where they're like, this is an Epic developer position where all you're doing is developing a game that's gonna be on the Stadia platform. Maybe that's what we need to see for games like Fortnite, Rocket League, or Fall Guys to come to Google Stadia. And from there, we're moving on to our last three stories. 100 Thieves announced that they're working on a new game. 100 Thieves is killing it right now. It's just everywhere I look, 100 Thieves is popping up somewhere. They're doing something awesome, and it's really encouraging for the creator space. If you look at the team within, Valkyrie, Ray is dominating YouTube. I saw a graph this week of popular streamers by state, and Ray was just dominating that map. It's super cool to see. Courage JD is killing it on YouTube, streaming all these first-person shooter games and really building a solid community there. And Nadeshot is just hitting hit after hit after hit, and this game is just a solid decision. I said the same thing when Dr. Disrespect announced that he was going to be developing a game. I think that's the next step of this creator ecosystem on YouTube, is that we're going to see streamers like Doc or creators in the 100 Thieves introduce these games, and they're going to be on the market because you have your own internal marketing department too, right? You don't have to go to the streamers like Ninja and be like, hey Ninja, here's $1 million, will you stream our game? For Doc, he can just be like, I'm gonna promote this game by streaming it, and the 20,000 people that watch me will play this game because they want to be involved in my stream. Same thing goes for Ray, Nadeshot, and for Courage. I think it's a solid idea. Which got me to thinking, like, if the Nerf Report were to create a video game, what would it be? And I don't think an actual Nerf Report game would be cool, but what I do think would be kind of a fun concept is like VR and metaverse, is creating Nerf Report studios and having like this set built up on a stage and having chairs in the audience where people watching this can say, hey, every Friday we know that there's going to be an episode of stories you may have missed. So we're going to go into the metaverse, we're going to get into our seats, and then I come out on the stage in my metaverse self and like, hi everybody, and perform the show on it. I think that would be super cool. And from there, we've got another creator story. TikTok is getting into video games, not developing video games, but right now they're testing out gaming features for the platform in Vietnam. I think that this is an awesome concept. If you've ever been on TikTok and you're scrolling, occasionally you'll see a game ad, and there's something to them that these game ads, they show whoever's playing it just sucking at the game. So as a gamer, you immediately look at it and you're like, give me the controller, let me do this. I'll show you how it's done. What TikTok, I think, could really succeed from there is if they could lower the barrier of entry, right? Like you see an ad for a game, it says click to play, and then via cloud gaming, you could click it and then immediately be in the game without having to go to the Google Play Store. I think there's a lot of potential right there of that just simultaneous playing. If you see someone playing a tempo run and then you could just click a button and you immediately take over and you can control it. A lot of cool opportunities there for mobile developers. All right, and then the final story of the week is that Twisted Metal, the series, has got some cast updates. So if you're not aware, Twisted Metal, great game, one of my childhood favorite games. It is PlayStation to begin, I think it was a PlayStation game. Now they're making a TV series, so PlayStation Studios is kind of leading the charge for it. Michael B. Jordan will be starring in it, so that's the guy from Creed. Anyway, Michael B. Jordan is playing a character called John Doe. He's going to be delivering supplies to a post-apocalyptic settlement when all hell breaks loose. Also announced in the casting is Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Encanto. And then the final announcement is that Thomas Hayden Church, who played Sandman in Spider-Man, will be playing Agent Stone. That's a really original name. Agent Stone is a post-apocalyptic patrolman. Anyway, this series, I don't know if it's going to be any good. As a Twisted Metal fan, I'm definitely going to check it out. But it is kind of cool to see that more and more video games are getting turned into series. Halo, haven't watched an episode, but I've heard from some people that it's good. Last of Us series, I pray to God that that is good. I'm really worried about that. The Uncharted movie was very solid. I enjoyed the Uncharted movie, so I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with the Twisted Metal series. Anyway, those are the stories that you may have missed from this week. Let me know your thoughts on all of them, and if we missed a story, make sure to put it in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to check out all of our content from the last week. We've got videos, we got shorts, we got TikToks, we got Twitter posts, we got everything. So please, make sure you're following the Nerf Report on all social media platforms. And until next time, my name is Bryant. This has been the Nerf Report, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Oh, I forgot to mention, YouTube Gaming sent me this really cool flask. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate that. Hey, thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, which who wouldn't, hit the subscribe button right there. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Maybe even consider becoming a Nerf Report best friend, just like the people listed down below did. In fact, don't you want to see your name there? I know I do.